So I'm not delusional. I realize I can't take care of this whole garden all by myself, but I can try.
Haha, good luck. Yes, I'm mocking myself. But how could I not? For centuries, the chateau and its grounds were cared for by a full-time staff, and now the team is considerably smaller. One of the realities about living on a property this size is that it's never really finished. You can spend an entire afternoon fixing a path or plastering a wall, stand back feeling extremely pleased with yourself, and then out of the corner of your eye, you see something else just screaming for attention. Usually, Lincoln and I divide all of this fairly evenly between us. I love the outside work and could spend most days out there. But this week, Lincoln left to a faraway land called America, leaving me on my own to party. George. George. Can you get off of the top of the refrigerator? George.
I was able to mow.
Before Lincoln left, he ordered the parts and replaced the deck on the small tractor. Someone ran over a stump. I'll give you a hint. It was me.
Well, I've taken everything off except for these pulleys. And these are the ones that are attached to the blades on the bottom. They're super, super tight. I was unable to move them, so now I'm going to try using one of our acro props as a breaker bar on the end of my socket wrench and see if that'll work. It's obviously important for them to have a lot of torque, but I still need to get them off. And if I had the proper tools, I could get them off, but I don't.
What's the proper tool?
Well, it would be like an impact driver, like the kind that they use for taking wheels off of cars or stuff.
I mean, we have an impact driver.
I have an impact driver, but see, it's like a screwdriver impact driver. So you can put an adapter on it. See, it broke off into the tool.
Oh, so it just broke clean off.
I put it on here, and it's going for like a minute. I did it. I had 3 batteries with me in case it took that long, you know?
Yeah.
And didn't move a millimeter, and then the thing broke. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
So that's an old school socket wrench.
It's a Craftsman, and Craftsman are, Sears doesn't exist anymore, but Craftsman still does.
Are they still made in the USA, or are they made in China?
I don't know. Well, Craftsman, they have lifetime warranty. You break one, you can bring it, at the time, you could bring it to a Sears, and they just exchange it for you.
So what's the equivalent of a good tool company in France who makes top quality?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe someone in the comments can let us know, like if there's a European.
I know there's a Heiko is a German one. They're really good.
Because we really haven't bought any tools like that. We bought like electric stuff.
At least I see. Maybe that's because that's the kind of stuff I watch. But on YouTube, like videos of a press, hydraulic press, pushing down on something made 100 years ago and something new. They're supposed to be made of the same thing. And the old ones last, and the new ones just... Now, I remember when they first started making appliances, it took them a few years to figure out, wait, they're not breaking. People are going to keep them forever. So
we need to screw them up somehow.
We need to make them a little less durable.
It's really frustrating now in this day and age how things are just not made the same. Boy, we sound old, huh? I remember back in my day.
Back in the day, we get
back in 1985, we could get
loaf of bread for a nickel.
We haven't actually pulled that on our kids yet, have we?
No.
Back in our time.
I
was allowed to walk home from school when I was in kindergarten. My school was, where my school was. It was like 6-minute walk. I used to take a shortcut through the woods.
Yeah. No old man waiting in there.
Could you imagine, having your kid do that today?
I went to school starting with kindergarten, and I grew up in New York City. And all the kids just walked.
We used to walk through a field near the school, and then we crossed through people's backyards. Today, people would not tolerate kids walking.
Hey, you kids.
They get their gun out.
These are posts like the ones we just used for the donkeys. They're solid steel. Part of the problem is the whole thing's going to move, and that's about a foot in the ground.
You just said to me you're MacGyvering this.
Yeah, this is MacGyver territory.
And I said, why didn't we just take it in and have the guy do it?
It would have been an extra few €100, I'm sure. We spent €300 for the parts.
I know. Can we trade that in?
Get a new Husqvarna driver. The next step is trying to unscrew the things. This is my 1/2-inch socket wrench. Socket that I had to buy because I didn't have that size. It's 22 millimeters. And I'm using this steel pipe if it's over.
Oh,
so
cool.
It gives you, and I was able to get this one. See, it's used now.
Yeah, but the other one is...
Well, the whole thing's moving because the deck is broken there. This one's moving a little bit because it's the broken one.
I see. You got the first one, no problem then. You brought out the big guns.
Yeah.
That is part of an acro prop. Oh, I'm not going to get behind you. Oh, it worked. Wow, look at that. Leverage. Remember that, kids. Leverage.
Got new blades on it. And if you look at, for instance, that blade, the end's completely broken off and the cutting edge is shot on both sides.
My Barbie tractor died once again. This time it wasn't driver error, it's something else. It's just, I'm so pissed off. I have so much to do, and I was counting on that little tractor to just make things look neat and tidy. At least I have the garden is done. So this mess in here, mostly weeds, yeah. Not gonna lie, there's some vegetables mixed in there, but I haven't had a chance to get in there and really figure stuff out. Happy to see my cabbage. I planted this, I think in the fall. I have borage for the bees. I've said it before, if you plant borage anywhere in your garden, you're gonna have it forever. So I just kind of leave clumps around. You know, keeps the bees happy. I spent the past 3 days out here just cleaning up. You get rainbow? Welcome to the greenhouse. I think it's been a while since I've showed you guys this. I feel like garden content doesn't always work on our channel, but this is what I do. So we've had a wet and chilly start to spring. So that's why I'm really excited to have this greenhouse. I didn't realize how much I'd appreciate it, particularly with my tomatoes. There's no way tomatoes could grow outside in this kind of weather. The last few years I put my tomatoes against the wall of the garden, which was great because it retained, you know, the heat, kept the tomatoes nice, but the growing season is just so short. The plants never really get a full season to mature, so my yield is pretty crummy. So I have, I think, about 5 tomato plants in here, and we already have fruit, so that's really exciting. So I have some tomatoes, also peppers. That's another thing you cannot grow outside in the elements in our area. It's just not possible. I think one year I got like one little tiny hot pepper and that was it. So peppers, eggplant. I have a zebra eggplant I'm excited about. Just if you guys are curious, we are gardening here in zone 8B. So that's kind of similar to if like parts of Texas, South Carolina, sort of the lower portion of the US. Obviously not the super hot areas, but then it's also similar climate to like Seattle. We never get a hard freeze here. It's pretty temperate. So we've got a good growing season. It gets really wet and cold. So this has been fabulous to have. These are tomatoes that I started back in February, I think. So this is where I am versus tomatoes that I bought at the garden center. So I have a head start here. We do have some fruit on one of these. Look, we have some actual tomatoes. I mean, this would never happen outside. Impossible. And I don't know what variety this is. What is this? Marmande. I did buy some kale to start, but I will plant some from seed. I have some purple basil, which grows pretty well outside here. This is like the best time of day. Just lovely. I think it's about 7:30 p.m. So I've been in the garden sporadically. I have not been here on a regular basis because I can't be. We're just so busy with other things right now. So I need to come and do some weeding, some maintenance, and then I have to figure out what to do in this corner, which I haven't mowed yet. Compost bin definitely will be moved. We're thinking maybe we set up the grill out here, maybe a separate cooking area. We're just not sure. I'm going to get my gravel in finally because I tried the grass. I thought, okay, let me give the grass a shot because it just gets too messy when you strim around it or mow and you get all this grass, the residual grass. I'm trying to keep my workload down. So I need to just work, what is it? Work smarter, not harder. Because I feel like I'm repeating the same mistakes every freaking year. Yeah, there's a lot to do, but I'm kind of excited at the same time. So the pear trees are finally waking up to spring, and I'm really excited.
Did you know that you've lived at 3 different addresses in California?
What?
Your phone number's online, your relatives are online. Apparently, your probable associates include a man named Gary in Arizona. Gary owns a jet ski.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I found it all online in under 4 minutes.
And that's seriously disturbing. The internet is starting to feel like we're being spied on 24/7, which is why we're really happy to have Incogni back sponsoring today's video. Random people search websites are collecting and publishing huge amounts of personal information on all of us. Incogni automatically contacts data brokers and people search websites to remove your personal information from the internet. So instead of spending hundreds of hours doing it yourself, which I've tried, Incogni handles it automatically for you. And setup takes just a few minutes. All you have to do is create an account, authorize Incogni to work on your behalf, and they start sending removal requests for you. And their unlimited plan includes custom removals. So if you find some deeply unsettling website exposing your information, you can send Incogni the link and a privacy expert handles the removal. So just remember, they can't hurt you if they can't find you. And if you'd like to reclaim your privacy, check out the link in the description and use our exclusive code for 60% off an annual Incogni plan.
And according to this, you enjoy quilting and bass fishing.
Thanks, Incogni. A few weeks ago, the Tour de Breton passed through our town, and for reasons still slightly unclear to us, our chateau was featured as one of the highlights along the route. The drone operator had been here back in November filming the footage, and when the broadcast aired, I turned on the automatic English translation while the French commentators talked about the chateau, which in hindsight was really funny. Because the translation was not entirely correct. We all had a good laugh. And I've put a link in the description for the race if you'd like to check it out. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications.
My boxwoods just like literally died overnight. See, on our front steps here. Gotta get something else. This is the first time I've been here. Let's see what they have. These look nice. They already have fruit, so they're mature. €70. These are really expensive. These are like, not boxwoods, but they look like boxwoods. €138. Wow. That is expensive, man. Now I don't know what to do. Oh, what's this? This looks interesting. I don't know what this is. These are pretty. I've never seen anything like this. Golden lady, that's really pretty. Okay, I think I have the right part of one wall finished. Not even finished. I mean, it's a work in progress. I have 3 pear trees. When we moved here, were quite small, and I just kind of, over the years, trained them against the wall. And I've done the same thing with a peach tree because I didn't want to cut down the peach tree. I was too lazy to transplant the peach trees. So I thought, why not we try and espalier them? And I think we have some peaches. There's a little bit of leaf curl, which I didn't spray the trees this year. Doesn't look that great. But these trees look so much healthier these past couple of years. And I have some peonies. I have 3 or 4 peonies. And then as you go up towards the end of this particular wall, it's a right mess. And then I have some other plants that I purchased. I'm going to try to get those in the ground tonight. I do have a few things in pots. That lavender, I'm not sure what I'm doing with. This is a lilac, which I need to figure out what I'm doing with it. This arrived as a bare root, so really took off, so I'm happy about that. Oh no, he's crying. Don't be glum. Guava's wondering when the next rainstorm is coming through. You can see the rain clouds. And hopefully my peonies will survive this wind. This one looks good. I love peonies. What do you guys grow? I'm really curious. Someone said to me that roses aren't hard to grow, so I'm thinking of, if I'm brave, maybe put some white roses along the wall over there. I think that'd be really cool, but I'm worried about spending all the money on the roses and then they all die on me. I need rose growing tips. So it's probably not the best idea for me to come out and plant this peony in sort of a mini windstorm, but I have my my handy dandy bamboo arch, and I'll just secure it so it doesn't blow away. So of course I can't find my twine. So I found 3 pieces that I'm just going to string together, tie together, because I don't know, sometimes it's so hard to track down things. Now listen, this is just the way I do it. I'm sure there are better ways, different ways, but this is just to keep them from just kind of flopping over in the wind. This is a young plant. It should be okay. I mean, I could get a cage, but I have 5 peonies, and this one is a couple years old and has not even started to bloom. What do I do? Any advice? Do I feed it? This one looks great.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and if you have something to say, leave us a comment.